Hello, hello, hello guys. Welcome. So let's see if it works. I'm still not used a lot to YouTube streaming. So am I live? Is it working? I'll record as well. Hello, hello everyone. It seems to be working. If there is anyone in the chat, let me know. Okay, it is. I'm live. So I'll promote the stream very quickly. Hello Maryse. Bienvenue, merci. Frostfire mine. Okay, so let's see. So the plans changed a bit because I messed up. So yesterday I made a video about planning, if you guys remember. And I planned my building perfectly and I totally screwed up my research. I was lazy to plan the research as well. And personal life was a bit hectic. So I prepared 2.4k of these plus extra fire crystals, and because I did not plan well, I need 6k and I don't have I don't have what it takes to make 6k of these. Not at all, and I don't want to spend the money it costs to make these into 6k of shards. So let me show you. Well, messed up. So that's why it's really important to plan on your pushes, and you know, even myself, sometimes I get lazy, I don't do it all the time, every time, and you know, sometimes I should. So if I, well, it should be this one. So if you look at Flame Shield, right, that's the last one I need, nearly. I'll show you in the research the way it works, but if you don't have a War Academy yet, which you might not have. Probably you don't. So let me just move that so I can swap between the two screens easily. So when you have War Academy, after Fire Crystal 5, you have a research pass toward Marksman, T11. So Helios Marksman, T11. You have a pass on the right towards Helios Infantry, and south you have a pass towards Helios Lancer. And research is all the same. The first one is deployment capacity, so extra size on your march. Then you get health, defense, lethality, attack. So you get health, defense probably, health, defense, marksman defense, lethality, attack. And in the middle you got rally capacity, so that's more for rally leaders, but to unlock your Helios troops you need to have all the previous one level 12. So you need all of these level 12 to be able to unlock Helios troops. And it's nearly 10k fire crystals in total per troop. So that's it's 43k shards, 43k I forgot, to unlock all troops, but because when you convert 10 fire crystal, you get 13 shards. So it means 30k fire crystal to get all the Helios troops, right? So I assume that Flame Legion. Yeah, I'm on the right thing. I assume that Flame Legion takes as much time as the other ones, and how much as many flame crystal, because I did not look at the value for this research for many months now. I did at the beginning, then so I got lazy to double check. And if you look at it, right, level 1 and things, it looks the same, but then when you start to be level 8 and 6, it starts to take 300, 400, 500, 600, 744. Let me zoom out a bit, right? So you see well, because my face is... I'll just hide the webcam for a moment. So yeah, so it takes a lot more, because if you look at the other ones, to get to, so some are level 8, some are level 5, some are level 12, but even the ones that are level 12, right, they take, you see, when you are in the later stages, it takes, you know, 270, 324, 338. So it does not take as much as these ones. So if you look at the comparison between Flamme Legion, which you can do 1 time per troop, so 1 time for infantry, 1 time for lancers, 1 time for marksmen, it costs 1,000 more fire crystals, and it takes 21 more days of training, of speed-ups of research. I mean, whatever, of research time and probably speed-ups, right? So I'm short, yeah, I did not pay attention to that. So while I could have got, you know, 2k more fire crystal with a bit of, tiny bit of spending and, you know, smart choices, I could not, I can't get enough to do that. Plus, if you look at the Helios troops, so T11, right? It costs 2,000 shards, right? And it takes 54 days, so that's a long time as well for research. So in total, I'm missing 6,000 fire crystal shards, and I can get 3.5 right now, 4 at the end of the week. So yeah, I'm definitely missing 2.5, between 2 and 3k fire crystal shard, which is, you know, 2.5 to 2.5k fire crystals. So T11 push not happening. So change of plans. I messed up. That's my bad. Yesterday I planned things perfectly and I'm just where I want to be for building, but not for research. Salut Sébastien. Bienvenue, bienvenue. So instead of doing T11, which I can't, I'll do regular research upgrades. I'll talk a bit about research upgrades in a moment, and I will do, I might do a tiny bit of War Academy. I don't like to spend research speed-ups on War Academy, except to push to unlock a troop, because the limiting factor in your War Academy is not speed-ups, is crystal shards, because you need to convert your steel, which, you know, actually can start doing again. You can convert a bit of your steel every day, so 100k of your steel for 20 shards, you know, and you need 10,000, you need 13,000 shards per troop you want to unlock, per T11 troop, so 20 a day, you know, it's gonna take a little while. Gonna take 2 years if you just do it with, basically it's 2 years if you just do it with that, if you don't convert your fire crystals. So yeah, so it's a lot. So I might do a few of these, I'm not sure, just to make points with the fire crystal shard I get, which will be wasted research speedups, but I need to make point to rank first, so I'll probably do that. I'll do some research speedups, we'll spin the wheel as well on both my main and my farm, and then I registered on my farm at the 11 UTC, so in 35 minutes, so I'll do chill session of Frostfire man on my farm. So that will be the plan for today. Again, totally messed up my my planning. I thought I will need a lot less fire crystal. So instead I will do, because when this building is finished on Friday, you see I will be fire crystal 8. So I'll use some speed ups to finish on Friday, and then I'll do 2 camps, so I'll likely see what troops we need the most, but that will be likely infantry and lancers, what we need the most for the battle on Saturday. I might be streaming the battle on Saturday fully, to be like honest and transparent. Like, my dad is between life and death. I have a very old dad. is 83, 93, sorry. I'll put back the webcam. Is 93, is between life and death for a while, but now it's kind of like the end of the journey for him. So, and he's living very far. So if I need to go, I'm not sure, you know, if I can stream, but if I'm home, I'll be streaming Saturday, the battle. We will be like practicing like a very, very interesting strategy for Sunfire Castle battle to try to win the castle. Still the castle of our opponents, very likely, because if you look at SVS, we are ahead today again a bit, which, you know, they are not using research speed up today, so we are. So that's, I was expecting us to be more ahead, but yesterday we were ahead by like 300k points. I mean 300 million, sorry. Not 300k, 300 million or something, so that's a very strong lead. So we need to see tomorrow how it goes, but if it consolidates tomorrow with the beast, that means our stats is more active than them, and their only luck to win is to have their whales go crazy on training day, which at that stage of the game, you know, it's very unlikely. Like they have strong players, but they are not the kind of whale that spend, you know, 2,000 euro on training speed ups to win SVS. They are not that big. They are big whales, they are very strong players, but they are not that crazy. So for now, before we wait for the title, let's make some points. Let's spin the wheel, so I will spin it 120 times today to unlock all of these. That's basically what you want to do. And that's more or less a bit below 200k gems. So we're nearly at 400k gems, so let's see where we finish. But we have 2 free spins, because we have 2 chips. So, you know, it costs a bit less. So let's spin, let's see. So times 5, quite a decent amount of shards. In average, when you spin 120 times between these rewards, so you know you get 5, you get 10, you get 20, so that's 35, you get 30, so that's 65, and you get 50, so that's 115, right? So you get 115, and when you spend 120 times, you will get 60, 70, 80 from the wheel. So in average, you will end up around 170, 180. If you are in the 160s, you are a bit unlucky. If you are in the 190s, you are a bit lucky. So let's go spin the wheel. So let's see how it looks. So less good. Bit of shards. No, not as good. Feel free if you have any question, guys. So that's very bad. That's why sometimes, you know, well, that's kind of bad. That's kind of bad as well. That's why you want to spin for the threshold, right? Either you want to spin to 70 at least, or you want to spin to 120. If you spin, sorry, not speed, spin. If you don't spin to 120 every time, you won't get it. Your hero won't be 5 stars. You need, and if you want it, your hero to be 4-star plus, you need to spin every other event 120 times. So, for example, once a month you spin 120 times, and once a month you spin 70 times, and that way you will have it, you know, 4.2, 4.3 stars, more or less. So 90, 100, not that good. Better, but that's not that amazing. 120. So I have more gems, but like it does not worth to spend to you know. I'll get the hero max eventually, right? So I'm just doing a quick trade on PoE at the same time. If you play Pass of Exile or know about it, I'm kind of trading while I'm doing other stuff because you have to be online. That's okay. So now we spin the wheel, we got all the rewards. You know, that's okay. Then we're gonna do hero shards. And then I'll do training speed ups. So where are my heroes? So how much shard did I get? Yeah, I forgot how I was. I should be around 180, I think. So I'm close to 180. So next time I spin, it's 140. So next time I spin, it's 4 stars, and it starts to be decent. So I need to spin 2 more times to have the hero being usable, right? I'm not gonna use any of these. I'll keep them for generation 7. And I'll use some today as well on Gen 6. I'll show you in a minute. So that's René. He's good. He's not very strong yet. But that's give me a lot of points on SVS. So René is here. So it's a 1.7 million, not that much. So now, what I tend to do, and for me to be able to do that, I had to skip a bit. It's hard to see now. I'll burn all my shards, so I'll just go through heroes I got. No. So if, yeah. So it doesn't really matter to increase their skill, like they are kind of too behind. They're old heroes and they're behind, so. But you got too many of these books and they are not used anywhere, so it's a bit of power. So you look stronger on paper, increase your power, you know, total, but it's not really making you stronger. So I'm not gonna do. I need to think which one I'm doing. Yeah, I'm gonna do Wayne. I'm gonna do Wayne actually today. So how do you do Wayne? Like that's your hero of the season. So you have it in Hall of Chief. If you are before SVS, then you have it in King of Icefield, and then you have it in SVS preparation. So for me, the way I think about that is you have a new generation of heroes every 80 days, so nearly 3 months. So that's why I accumulate for 3 months, and once per generation I push, and I try to rank first. Right, so yesterday I was first, if you look at day 1, with a very good lead. That's why I'm saving for 3 months. And today I'm starting to make points, but see, people made a lot of points today, so I'll see what I can do. But if I push every 3 months, and I'm really, like, I spend a bit on the game still, you have a chance to get, let me show you the rewards, right? To rank, to get that amount of shards. So hopefully I'm first and I get 400. Plus, usually I rank 1, 2, 3 in the battle phase as well. I fight a lot on Saturday. So that's give me, you know, I count on, like, let's say 200 shards here. So here, let's say I'm counting on, and I will have time to adjust by the end of the, you know, because we are early Gen 6, I have 2 months and a half to adjust, right? But I know that at best, I'll get 400 here if I get first and the whales are not overspending me, basically. And I get maybe 300 here if I'm very lucky, but closer to 150, 200. So that's 600, and to max your hero, you need over 1,000 shards. So I know that I can burn, if I want to get Wayne upgraded, I know I need to burn 400-500 shards, basically, off my own shards, to have him maxed. If I really wanted to push him right now and to use it right away, you know, I could burn 600-700, just to be like, okay, you know, I'm kind of pushing him, you know, to, how to say, I'm pushing him very early. But I don't want to max him with my general shards, because I'll get some from rewards, basically. But that will give me a lot of points to, you know, to improve that hero. So that will be, so... And basically, if you think about it, if you know it's 1,000 shards to improve your hero, I think it's 1,065 shards or something. Here you got, it costs 100 and you have 6 shards. So when you are around star number 4, you know you use 400 shards, basically. So I'll put him there for now. Maryse, j'ai fait 100 tours, Flint à 4 étoiles. So Maryse, she's doing 120 spins, she has Flint 4 stars, and she asks if she continues, and I'll talk to you about that in a sec, Maryse. And I'll show you, I think you should. You don't have to, but I think you should. It's a bit, I didn't do it myself, to be honest with you, because I aim to be strong in generation 4-5, so I kind of skip generation 1, 2, 3. I did not invest a lot in heroes, but I think it's better to get him to generation to stars, you know, 4.2, 4.3. So where he is here. So one of the questions I need to ask myself is, do I spend, you know, another 100 or 200 to get him a bit stronger? And then do I replace, you know, I replace Lin with him, which is, you know, she is Gen 4, he is Gen 6. So if you look at the stats, that's 370, 10,000 health, 32,000 health. So Lin is still better, right? So that's why I don't think I will, you know, then you have to take into account the skills and the situation, but I'm not gonna spend time on that today. So Maryse, if you look at some heroes that I have, so that's Flint. So what happened? When you are generation 4, you get shards for Flint in Intel missions. Not Intel mission, in Intel missions. So I don't have any Intel missions here, but you will get shards from heroes 2 generations before you. So when you are Gen 3, you still get Gen 1 because the game gives you generation 1 by default, but when you are Gen 4, the game gives you Gen 2 here. When you are Gen 5, it's giving you Gen 3, and it's the same with keys. Keys, you can start to get heroes 2 generations before. So we are Gen 6, so if I look at recruitment preview, you can see Gen 4, Gen 4, Gen 4, and see that Gen 4 has the higher percentage than everything else. And in average, it depends a bit on the heroes, but you get more or less 300-400 shards, maybe a bit less. You get 200 to 300 shards from Intel mission and from your keys. In 80 days of generation 4, I got nearly that. So if you want to have Flint maxed out at some point in the game, either to get extra shards from the game and to trade them into Tundra Trading Station, which, you know, if you have 1 or 2 heroes per generation max that are mythic, that will be a lot of shards to trade every time to the Tundra Trading Station, and that will be a lot of reward. So that's kind of my plan, is like, I'm maxing all heroes, but in my case I skip Gen 2 and 3, but starting Gen 4, I have Amos and I have Lin maxed. Gen 5, I have all the heroes Gen 5. So when we will be we are Gen 6, so I have shards from Lin and from Amos to trade at Tundra Trading Station. When we are Gen 7, I'll have shards on 3 heroes. So starting now, I'll get a lot of things. I'll not empty the shop in Tundra Trading Station, but I'll get a lot of shards. So my suggestion will be, if you can, is 4.2, 4.3. So you will have it maxed at some point, and you can use him as a, you know, second, third march, either for Labyrinth, either for Canyon, you know, for these kind of places. So Labyrinth could be good because, you know, sometimes you need 3 marches. So, you know, you have 3 marches with good heroes. But for me, I decided to skip generation 2 and 3. So I used the wheel a lot less. So I stopped at 4 stars because I wanted to increase my VIP more. Because my VIP is giving me more shards every day, right? And I aim to be strong in generation 5 when I started this account, because I played on another city in state 422. I started again in 665, and I decided to kind of skip generation 1 to 3 to be strong in generation, and skip most of Gen 4 and to start to be really strong Gen 5. So for me, I planned like a year ahead, basically, when I created this city. So I spend my gems, I spend in the wheel, I spend it in VIP to get to VIP 9, right? Quickly. VIP 10, you don't have anything much, and, you know, VIP 11 and 12, but they are a lot slower to get. But I reached to VIP 9 to get 2 shards a day. That's another strategy, so that's a choice you make. Either you get stronger now and you put a few more stars on your heroes, and you get more stuff to trade into the training station later, or you increase your VIP faster, and you get more shards and you get stronger later. So I think both are decent choices, to be honest. I just want to be mindful of the time, how much time I have left. I have 20 minutes, so I'll finish heroes later, I'll do training. So because I want to burn some of the crystal I have, I'll start one research here at least. I don't really care much about rally capacity, right? So I'll start one research So it's giving me points, right? Because I was in the amount of point I calculated I make, which would be close to 90 million, could be 100 million even. It was promoting T11, and it was which won't happen, and it was spending these, which won't happen. So I'll make a lot less points. So let's go. So how many days I have left? See, now that I have 50 days. So what do you want to do in research? You have to focus on two things, which I did not do at the beginning. You can do the research, you know, I mean for the battle one, the growth and the economy, like that's another stuff. But for battle ones, basically you have a few things to consider. It tends to be all the same, right? So you start, you have troop attacks, then you have attack, defense, then you have troop defense, then you have health for everyone, lethality for everyone. Then you have deployment capacity. Then you have health and lethality, or lethality and health. Then it starts again, attack, you know. So that was all the you know, the level 1 upgrades. Then it's the same. It's attack, attack for all troops, attack for infantry, attack for specific troops, defense, defense for everyone, health for everyone, lethality for everyone, deployment capacity, lethality for everyone, and stuff like that. So it's kind of repeating. So at the beginning, you might want to do a bit of all troops and all the quick ones, because that will give you more stats, more stats, and you know, you care to have some defense and some stuff. But at some point, what I've done, my strategy for me was to focus on deployment capacity. So I have more troops out for Bear, I have more troops out for Crazy Joe, I have more troops when I join rallies in Sunfire Castle. So I basically have more troops than the other ones. And when you join someone's rally, it does not matter the stat of your troops. So I wanted to have more troops than everybody else, so I make more points in events. So I focused on deployment capacity. Then I focused a lot on the one that gives stats to all troops. Maybe you don't want to do the last 1 or 2 levels because they take a lot more time and you get a bit more stats by doing individual troops than doing the last rank of these. And then in terms of stats, you want to focus on health for infantry. It's more important than defense. Lethality, I mean, I upgraded lethality here, but it's not really important. For infantry, you want to focus on health, more important than defense. And for marksman and lancers, you want to focus on lethality. That's doing more damage than attack. So that's, if you have to focus on, and that's kind of what I'm doing right now at this stage of the game, is I'm doing health on infantry and I'm doing lethality on marksman and lancer. So see, that's defense and attack. I don't really touch it. So I could do lethality on everyone, but that's 46 days. So for 4% on lancers and 4% on marksmen, I don't care about infantry. It takes me 46 days. And if I do 2 single upgrades, for example, I got 5.5%, so it's a bit more, and it's less than 46 days, right? So for me, it's still better to do this one individually than doing this one. But the play will likely be to do 1 and 2 upgrades, so they are both level 5, then to increase that one, and that will probably be a bit better. And then when I finish, that will be the last level of lethality. I finish health, I think. Then I might do, you know, I'll do attack on marksman and lancers, and I'll do defense on infantry, basically. So let's go for, I said 50 days. 50 days, okay, so let's go. So it's good. That's why I'm kind of, you know, not speeding up to do it. I have plenty of time. So I care more about marksman, because marksman I do damage on bear with, and lancer I don't. So I'll do marksman first. If you have to choose between marksman and lancers, do that. So I'll wait. I'll ask for people to tap. But you know, every time someone taps, it's 4 minutes. So when you burn 50 days of training, like, you don't care about 4 minutes, really. So let's finish it. So see, now it's 9% for 43 days. So like, it's interesting, right? I got 9% for 43 days, and here I got 4% for 46 days, but it's only that's on all troops, that's only on marksman. But because I care more about the damage on marksman, I think I will do 2 level if I have the speed ups of that, 1 or 2 level of that, and I'll start that next. So let's do that. Let's see if I can get someone to finish it. So 18 days. I got 15 days. So that's really about it. That's really about it. I cannot finish this one. And I want to start, if you want to start a 40 days, you want to make sure you start it on a day with the buff and the title, right? Because that's a lot of days you remove. So I'm just gonna start this one and I'll use some speed up. So the other option I have now is if I really want to make more points, and because I'm thinking about SVS points, so see I've made 6 million and I can do more today with hero shards and stuff. But I really need to think, because I want to rank 1, and see Sato is nearly there. we are similar, and you know he's spending a bit lately. So either I need to use some speed ups here to burn some of my crystals, but I really don't like that, because I really don't care about rally capacity. But I think to burn a bit, to get closer to T11 next time, and to secure rank, I think it makes sense to burn a few days of, you know, of trainings here. So that's, you know, me compensating my poor planning, basically. It's because I failed to plan properly my crystals. I shouldn't have converted. Basically, my mistake was to convert a random number of these without knowing how much I need and if I will be able to do what I want. That was my mistakes. So I have 2 options, right? Either three options. Either I use them on Research Center just to get that quickly, and I have 18 days, so I'll lower it to 25 days left. Either I use it here to finish, and I start, for example, this one, because that's gonna burn through a lot of fire crystals, shards, or I give more stat to, I increase my my lancers or my infantry, right, and I give them more lethality. And that will be good for me, right? But the issue with that, it's burning very little amount of crystal, so it's gonna take me a lot of speed ups. And it's not gonna bring me closer to T11. And the focus at this point is to get T11. Like if I want to be very useful for my alliance and rally leaders, FC8 is very good, which I will get, but T11 on infantry is very important. So yeah, so I'm not sure. I'm just gonna look at how much point it's give me if I'm burning. Let's say I'm doing 3 upgrades and I'm burning like 700 of them. Yeah, it's not giving me even 1,000,000 points. Maybe it gives a bit more with the research. That's not gonna give me even 1,000,000 points to burn the fire crystal. The shards is the one that are giving a lot less, right? So what I could have done is to have done 1 or 2 upgrades here to burn through them and then start this one that takes 3 days, because that's a lot of speed ups for infantry attack, which is not important. So I think I'll leave my War Academy, I'll take the risk to make a lot less points, and I'll focus here. So that brought me to see that's why I use research speed ups on other events as well, and not on SVS, is because it's really not giving you a lot of points. I use 50 days, and you know it's really not giving you a lot of points. You get a lot more for the rest. So that's where we are. I'm not too happy about it. That's really, again, me failing to plan. I think to be safe and to use that hero sooner, I'll do that as well. I'll do at least 100. At least 100, yeah. So something, if you want to make points, you can go through your heroes and you look at he is missing 3. So in that case, because I want to rank, right? It's a waste of shard because I'm not using Greg anymore, but I want to rank and it's giving me a lot of points for 3 shards. So that's too much. You can do it from your bags as well, right? Right now I'm doing it the slow way, but you can do it from your bags and you know. So that's 15, so I'm not too convinced. Because Flint is kind of it's kind of not that good anymore for me at this point. So that's one way to make points. 2, yeah, but it's only 15, so it does not really matter at the end of the day. Yep, so for point, that's about it. I have Frostfire starting in 9 minutes, so I'll get ready for that. I cannot do points on anything else today. It's really only fire crystals, speed ups and buildings. We'll do troops on Thursday, play the wheel, hero shards, and gathering. That's why you see me gather with 5 marches, and I will need to send them back, which I'll need to do. Yeah, that's okay. I don't have it to do it now. So I'm just checking I've emptied my bags. Research general speed ups, okay. Construction, I have some for Friday. That's gonna go up. And training. Yeah, I'm really kind of not really happy that I've messed up that planning so bad and I can't get T11. That means like if I wanted to get T11 today for sure, that means I would have changed. I will have need to spend a bit on Mia's fortune to basically get 1,000 to 2,000 shards for hopefully cheap. So I would have need to. That's why you want to plan like months ahead, because that would have mean I needed to get 2,000 or 3,000 fire crystal shards without. If you buy them here. Hey Kevin, if you buy them here, you see like you get 50 by 6 euro. So if you want to buy 3,000, like it costs like I'm not at that level of spending. So for me, if I get fire crystal shard with money, it has to be during seasonal events or like events like Mia's fortune and try to get lucky, because you could get 3, 4, 5, 6, 10 times more shards for your money with a bit of luck on these events compared to this kind of packs. So I've seen some people buying these, and that's really if you're a big spender. Like, don't buy these packs to get fire crystal shards if you're a small spender. That's by far too expensive. Knowing how to play Mia's fortune, you will get more for your money. Knowing how to play seasonal events when shards are cheap, so depending on the seasonal event, I cannot tell you in advance because they are changing them every year. It could be a lot cheaper. Okay, so we will go to the farm. We'll get the farm ready for the battle. Yeah, and I really dislike being solo today in terms of points. That's really not good. But I still think long term, right? Salut Nivek. So the SVS part is over. I'll just do it on my farm as well. We're gonna spin a bit. Recall farmers. If you have any question, like Frostfire is chill, so it's mostly to talk to you guys, answer questions if you have any about the game, about SVS, about anything. I usually don't do my Frostfire man seriously on my farm. It's just a moment for us to have a chat. So I need to recall troops. I want to check as well, is our alliance clearly number 1? just to know if I go to make my points in, yeah, I'll go make my points in the main alliance, basically. I'll invite myself if I don't get invited. So that's something, if you want to help your alliance to rank, you can do that. Any tips on dealing with SVS spies? You cannot. I'm sorry to say, but like there is not really much you can do about it, to be honest. I mean, how do they get reports? Because that's something I did not mention in my SVS preparation video of Sunday, right? Is how do you get report? What most people do is they go on world chat and they scroll and they go up for days. They're like, okay, maybe there was a battle, maybe someone is sharing report about Foundry battle, someone is sharing reports. So is having people from your state not sharing reports on the world chat, but good luck with that. But that's how we get it often. Then otherwise we get it from friends. So that the best way, someone in the States and they don't care to give you the report, and they give you the report, and that's about it. You get the report and you're good. And the acting people, and either you make a new account on the state and you're like, oh, can you give me a report of your whales, and you are asking like smaller alliances and maybe try to make friends with them, or you say like, let's say I'm using my farm account, right? Or I'm using an account on another state, not the one they are playing against in SVS. So let's say I make a level, I go on one of these, basically. I have what? Like state 800 or nearby, like these cities I've made in the past. Like you go there and you ask, okay, I'm interested to transfer. I'm curious about your strongest player. Do you get a report? And you do it from another state with one of the lower cities. For me, I have cities like to leaderboards very easily. Even if it's not of the state of SVS, I still have an ID. Yeah, 948, yes. Yeah, you can do that actually. I never did it myself, but you can actually try to find the whale farming and attack their resources, their tiles. That's totally an option, yeah. So let's spin the wheel quickly, 120 times. Let's go. So how many shards do I have for Rene? I have 0, so let's see how much I get. 2. Well, SVS, lucky wheel. So 120, so 10, 20, 30, 40. That's why you want a farm as well, right? SVS, point making machines. If you have each alliance have a farm, and each farm has 20, 30, 40 players a bit active that spin the wheel, upgrade fire crystals and things. It's a lot of points. So 109. Oh, that's very lucky. That's very, very lucky. Hey Frog, I'll check you in a minute. I'll just improve my René because I use him to fight. So I'll use 4 more of my own for a tiny bit of extra points. Because I use him, but usually I don't do that with a hero, wheel hero. So he's decent. He will be 4 stars next time. Because it's my farm, it's not really a good good account, so it's not really strong. But you see, like if you max out, 4 5-star every generation, the wheel hero. So the wheel is René, Gen 6. Gen 5 is Hector. Gen 4 is Lynn. Gen 3 is Mia. So I did the same on my farm. I skipped Gen 2 and 3 to increase VIP, and there are days I did not play my farm as well. So you do level 4, then you find yourself in a position where you have good options, right? It's not the best, but that are decent for a farm. It's a decent strength. So I should. Oh, you're a bit ahead of us. So that's how it looks, you know, when you're like a Fire Crystal 10. Hi to you, mates. So yeah, you have a strong alliance, I guess. That means that they won 10 SVS, right? That's, I mean, they stole 10 SVS castle. Something to know as well, right? When someone has these kind of symbols and these stars and these banners, if you click on it, you know when they are winning. So if someone is winning all their recent dates, so SVS is every month, you know they are very powerful right now. And if someone is actually having only old dates, you know that they are not powerful anymore. So they might have lost their whale, or there might be something going on. So you have a lot of mushrooms as well. So when you are, you know, in older states and people are strong, you see a lot of nice skins. But let's go to Frostfire Mine. Talk to you later, Maryse. Merci d'être venu. So I'm not like, I'm chilling, right? Guys, it's a time for you to ask questions, anything you want. I'm not really carrying to rank. It's my farm account. I don't, you know. I don't care too much. I should get the chill strategy as well. I'll explain it quickly, but you want to unlock all the skills as quick as you can. Then I'm porting into the level 2 area. I'm popping the gathering skill before I send all my marches, and I leave my marches in mines until the end of the game, more or less. I don't do volcanoes, I don't port, I don't kill patrols anymore. That's not the most effective strategy. That's not the one I'm using on my main account to rank. I'm just using it to make points and to kind of help people that don't want to take Frostfire Mine too seriously and still with a decent strategy and with decent points and ranking. So the only issue, I would love to showcase the strategy I use on my main, which give you a chance to rank 1, is I don't know how to record from my phone yet properly. I know how to record from my phone, but you know, then I need to do a lot of video montage, and I don't really know how to do that yet. I just know how to start OBS, stream, or record, and that's more or less it for now. So I'll showcase the other better strategy later. So far it seems good, right? 100 people, many things around me. I want to secure the level 2 guys. So right now it looks very easy. So it's a shield strategy, so I don't care about resources from attacking patrol. So walking speed is good. Just to get, I need to get to the talent as fast as I can, even if I don't really need walking speed later. Oh, see, so someone is right here, because it was a quiet, quiet spot. So it's not quiet for long. That's the issue when you have a quiet spot. So I'll get that level 2. I'll get that level 3. So I want, when I occupy a vein, and now every minute I want to send a march to a vein. And it starts to run out of clothes. Because it's my farm, I never play it. For many months I have I had a lot of speed up, so you know, I take advantage of that. But that's not gonna last for long if I start to use them this way. So see, I'm level 4 and I want mining speed, so I need to find monsters to finish the talent. That's what I care about. Can I find a spot without? Not really, right? So it's kind of that time of the game where there are a lot less monsters because everyone took them, so it's around 20, you know, they'll start to appear in like 40 seconds from now. So I'll just pop the mines to have the crystals to collect on the corners. around 24 minutes they start to appear again. So I'll trigger the 5k from occupying a vein, and I'll try to finish that so I can do the chill version of it. Often it sucks. See, that's 106 kilometers. I know it's 2 minutes. I know at around 24 minutes, I know there are no monsters left on the map. I've been doing that for a year and a half. It's a lot faster to search around. And now I know they're gonna reappear, so actually need to bring them back. And you see around, so now it's maybe a good time, but you see there is nothing showing. So, but now it starts again. So, well, no, but that's 1 minute and a half. So see, they appear around 24, they appear again. And the dude is leaving because there is nothing. So for me, I just care to finish my talent. They come in wave, it's kind of a rhythm, if that makes sense. And I got lucky, I got plenty, so for me, like, it's quite a chill, easy beginning, to be honest. You're probably not gonna have that too often. And now they spawn like every 30 seconds or something, there are new ones, so you want to check close to you. And as well, because it's my farm, I don't really care if it doesn't rank, so I'm not stressed too much. There are some ways I use it, but most of the time I don't, I find. So let's see if I can get occupation on the mine before we go. That should be enough to get me the last kill, and then I show you how it works for the strategy. So do I got the 5k? Yeah, I got the 5k. So I got to the last kill, so it's left, right, left, left, right. I leave this, I don't care. So right now what I want is the spot. So this guy is level 5. Level 6, I want ideally level 2 mines. Not level 3, unless I find, but that's very unlikely. So level 7 with the skin, so maybe stronger than my farm. It's a bit hard to find. But this dude is level 4. See, so there are mines that I can take, right? So I'll port here. Now, what do I want to do? I'll use that because my troops will mine faster now, and I'll send my strongest heroes a bit further. So I keep the weak one close to me. This guy is level 4, so maybe I can kick him out. I'll try my luck. So, and you see, like, it's mining for 27. Instead of like, when the skill will fall out, you will see, but I'll mine for a lot less. I'll show you in a minute. So that's, if you look at my ranking, I'm 43. So I'm behind because of the skill I've been using, compared to other people. But because I used that skill before my troops enter the mine, they gather for the duration of the mine, so for 10 minutes, they gather faster. So I don't want to pull them out when there is a volcano, because otherwise I'm using the effect of the skill, and the skill is not coming back by the time of the volcanoes. So I had two options. Either I don't use the skill and I do volcanoes, and I use the skill just after volcano. That's an option as well. That might make a tiny bit more points, but because it's my farm and I don't care, I'll just do that. So the only thing I'm doing right now is removing one of my troops every minute to get the 5k for occupying a vein. That's all I'm doing. And that troop will farm volcanoes as well, because volcanoes is a bit better. So you see, if you don't have the buff, it's 19 per second. So from 19 you go to 27 per second. So that's nearly 50% more, right? So right now I'm pulling that one off because it's gathering slow, and I want to get one volcano at least. So that's where I cannot chill for 20 minutes. So if you guys again have any questions, feel free. Please give a like, to the video, a like to the channel. Thank you for being here. And you know, if I really want to, so see, I'm 28, so I was 43, I'm 28. I'll lose some spots during volcanoes, but outside of volcano, I'll gain rankings. It's not a tactic or strategy that will help you to rank 1, right? It's not at all the case. But still, you know, if you want to chill, if you don't want to have like think too much about the event, I'll get 5k for occupying, because a volcano is 4k for mining it. If I go back and forth every minute from that mine, because of that talent, get 5k. So it's better to do that, right? To trigger the 5k, then get a volcano, trigger the 5k, get a volcano, trigger. So I don't even have to worry about teleporting, fighting with people, competing with people. As long as there is no strong players going around and taking the mines, I'm good. I'm golden. And when these mines are empty, they will spawn a new one as well. So the only thing I can do more is to be active and try to see if I can collect, you know, on the corner of the mines. So either I pop some with my last march, or... But again, I'll go here and I'll trigger the 5k. So you see, from 90k, I'll go to 95. I did not, so it means that it was less than a minute, so I'll do it again. And I stayed the same, right? Around 29. So I got the 5k, so that's good. And can I get a volcano? Yeah, I can get a volcano. I'll try to get that one. And I wait for my skill to, because see, like these are all, some of them are finishing in 3 minutes. So I won't use my skill now. You know, I'll just go back and forth. I'll keep it for later. I'll get some extra from the volcano. See, 33 because people are still gathering volcanoes. So that's the part that you... Again, it's not a strategy to win. And at that point, like, I've made enough points nearly to unlock all rewards. So if I send my march again, like I'll make the 150k points to unlock all the reward that the game... see, you need 150k Orichalcum to get all the reward that the game give you. So nearly at this point of the game, I could nearly leave the battle and I'll make the 150k. If I don't care about ranking, it's my farm. So you play for 15 minutes, maybe you go back in 5 minutes, you send your march again, and you do the 150k and you don't care, and you know. So that's it for today. How is your day, guys? How is your SVS going? So I did not pay attention, but you know, I know that in the next 20-30 seconds I'll need to pull the troop backs and gather again. And you see 32, we went from 25. So that's the strategy that whales should be using. If you do that on level 3, you win, basically. If you don't fight for Volcano on level 3, and you are gathering with the buff active on 5, you will find video of whales that do above 500k points. I think even sometimes they do above 600k points if they can get the castle at the same time. So they mine on level 3 mines with the buff, the way I do, so they never pull back their troops. They trigger the, every minute they trigger the 5 extra K, and they get the castle, the volcano, like the smelter they call it, and they finish with 600k points. So if you ever watch Frostfire mine, you know that if you can make 600k points, you know you win, basically. Like I've been winning Frostfireman a lot with 400k, 450k regularly, or being top 2. That's often enough to be, you know, at least top 5 for sure. Often top 2, top 1. But that's not that strategy on level 2 mine is not allowing you to rank, but that's the same strategy as people at the big wells are using basically. So I did not pay attention to the time, so I'll just keep pulling the backs until I actually pay attention and I know I gain the 5k. Then see 33, so slowly climbing up. You know, there are a few people I could get. So I got the 5k this time, so I'll leave it a minute. So around 8 minutes 30 left here. I should get it again. So one is coming back, so that means that this one, okay, so let me see who is attacking me. So it's one of my best march, so I'll see. But it's my farm, so okay, so he's stronger, fair enough. Fair enough, so I'll pop this one as well. So that's like, it's chill because nobody's attacking me yet, but this dude is probably stronger than me. So if you want to text my mine, that's the only time where you kind of need to go around. So I'll collect in the meantime. If there is another mine I can take. But I'll wait, to be honest with you. You know why I will wait? Because in 2 minutes they are back. I will use my skill, so I don't, and again it's my farm, I don't really care that much. But that's a good opportunity to start to look around. Is there a spot with level 2 mine that is a bit empty because someone is coming over here? And that means I might be into trouble. So either I need to find a level 4 or level 5, someone I can bully, or another spot. I'm still in the level 1 area. See, sometimes you have a few mines, but I mean, here is decent, right? These guys are clearly not farming the mines. So I got a free teleport. It will be soon. It will be the volcano. So I'll be quiet for a while. It's 1, 2, 3. It's 4 mines. Can I get 5? It's not perfect, right? So I'll just pull my back to trigger. I got a new one here, so let's go. Actually, I'm gonna recall everything and use the buff. See, like one of the guy is gone, more or less, from gathering. The one of the benefit from doing things before the volcano is like people do not care to hold mines right now. In 1 minute, volcanoes are out, right? So they leave the mine empty. So for me, I'll use the buff and I'll be quiet, you know. People will leave me alone for a while. So this guy is level 5, so I'll try to take him. I'll put my stronger match close to him. I'll get 5 marches out, and very likely people will pull out their troops for volcano soon. So they should not be trying to gather too much. So I'll put the last march here. So I'll have a few minutes very quiet. And see, I'm 21, so I'm climbing up gently. It's a strategy for top 20, basically. I thought I could be top 10 with level 2 mines, but I guess I was lucky the first time I tried it, and I was 11, I think. So I was like, okay. And I did not execute perfectly. I actually did pretty poorly. So just let me see if I get the 5k. No, I don't. And I got... Okay, the mine is empty, so... Oh, I did not use it. See how bad it is? So I need to do it again. I need to do all of it again. So I have two options, right? Either I fight for volcano or I get the mines. I'll get the mines because I don't care, but If you really wanted to optimize and you messed up like I did. Oh, it's cooldown. Oh, okay. See, like, I actually used it. So I'll gather slow for the rest of the game. Like, at the end of the day, I don't. But if you try that strategy, don't do that mistake. It's gonna cost you a lot. And because it's halfway through the, I mean, it's nearly the end, these start to refresh and you can get some of the corners. So I thought when you see that, it's like not used, but if you click on it, you see the cooldown, right? It's because I don't have the little red dot on it, so that's my bad. So that's where you see 18. So that's where I might get a bit more behind, because people are gathering volcanoes. And I'm gathering at 19 instead of 27. But like usually when I do that not on stream, I play another game on the side, to be honest. I work, I do emails, you know. I find that a good way to do your points, still get rewards to rank decently. Top 20, top 50. If you look at rewards, what you care about is 150k, or it shall come, and if you look at between top 20 or top 50, it's 500 gem less, it's 3 guides less, it's 2 design less, so it's like, either you care and you try to be top 5 and you get a lot more, or either you don't, to be honest with you. I would not push to even top 100, like, I mean, that starts to be a bit of a difference between top 20 and top 100, but they are not penalizing you a lot for not to be good at this game. It's only if you are first or second or third that you start to have a lot more, and you see the difference between first and second is big. So that's why on my main, I really care to try to be first as much as I can. Oh, there is someone here. That's the issue when you are middle. That's why on the first video ever on the channel is the other strategy I use for Frostfire mine for my main account to rank. And that's why you never go to the middle. You stay in the level 1 areas and you kill patrols all battle nearly. And you occupy a vein every minute, so you always port too close to a vein, so you can always, you know, get back, send every minute very easily to get the 5k, because 5k 20 times during the battle is 100k, or it shall come at the end. And there is no other talent that give you, you know, 105k. Let's see. I don't have any March queue. Just want to see how strong they are, so I'm not sending any heroes. But what do we have? We have a guy that seems to be very strong. And is it him? It's not him. That top Dino King. Okay, so that dude. So I think I actually forgot, but a globe skin I think is like 40. Is it for Is it 80 US dollars? 80k US dollars? I forgot. I have two numbers in my head. One is 25, and I think that's to kind of max out chief gear and everything like that. And 80k is the meteor. I have a doubt. If you guys know. At least 2025. So it's a down payment on a house or a flat, right? That you put into the game. But see, like, people come and go, right? They port, they burn teleports. Like, if you recall even the name of that guy. So see, I'm falling. See, because I'm not using that right anymore. I'm falling behind so much. So I'll call troops back. I'll just make sure the talent is available. I have the red dots. You see the difference, right? I was climbing in the top 20, and now I'm falling back in the top 30. I mean, I got something back, some ranking back, but so that's really, really important to do it with the talent active, and you have to activate it before when they are in your city. It does not work when they are out of your city. So if they're already walking toward the mine, it does not work. So you can clearly see the impact of that. And again, that's the strategy that, like, where is that guy? See, like, Dino King, that's decent. But these two dudes, they should be 450, 500k nearly. That should be a lot higher. I mean, that guy is doing the strategy, so it's farming at 37, so actually he might be doing it right. And this guy is farming at what speed? They might no, see, he is doing it right. So so that dude should be popping the buff, farming on level 3 mines. Yeah, 5 of them, even 6 maybe, even probably works with 6 of them, and it would be at 53 per second. So see, I'm at 27. It's nearly twice faster on level 3 mines. So if you are that strong and nobody kind of, I mean, they have people try, they try to fight against each other, but this guy is level 4, whatever. But when you gather at 53, and you do that well, and you are, see, like he's doing it on, not on this one. He should have more points, basically. I don't know if he is playing volcanoes, but if he plays volcano, that's a mistake. You make more points farming at 53 than collecting volcano, basically. But it's not for us. For us, we have to do on level 2 mines, and that's okay. So I'll be nearly twice the amount of points I need to make. I'll be top to 30 because I messed up the skill. But you could be top 20. And I didn't care, to collect in the corners and look around. Like, again, chill. Chill. No stress. And if you like me, you should play Path of Exile. I mean, I don't right now on stream, but you should play Path of Exile or another game on the side while you do that if you have time. You can even do work. I could even be doing work. That's all it takes. So they're coming back, like, I'll get some more, get a few bit of points. I'll try to get to 300k just for the sake of it, but sometimes you can as well send a march to middle, like I'm too weak and this, your strongest one, not the weakest one. But what could happen when you have two guys like that fighting, and let's say, where is the other dude? He's not here anymore? Someone with a level 28 going for middle, good luck, buddy. Where is the other dude? Maybe he left and he did something else. Oh, he's here, right? So if you see him, for example, attack. So I send my march. My march is walking 24 seconds. If this guy was walking toward the center, and you see, for example, I'll try to time my march to arrive 1 second after him. So if that guy they are similarly strong, both of them, right? That guy is attacking the one in the castle and maybe other people. The one in the castle have 10k troops left that are, alive because they are similar power. So if you see the castle, I call it the castle, the smelter is going back and forth. You can try to time your march to arrive 1 second after one of the strong player. So you have a chance to kick him out. And if you kick him out, I'll show you in a sec, because that's the end of the battle. So 25, I got rewards, I got resources, which I can use to give to my main account if I need to. Like Dino King played well. That's a decent amount of points. That's really a decent amount of points. like they actually played decently well, these two. It did not look like the time when I looked at what they were doing, but I did not check from the beginning. They did very well. Like that's as a free to play, you cannot do that. I never, even me with my main CTM, I cannot beat that. These I can beat, so I could be top 3. But when you have 2 people being there, like you will be 3 unless you are one of these bigger spenders. And if you know a strategy that could beat that as a free to play or low spenders, please tell me. But I've been watching every single videos of Frostfire mine I could find on YouTube ever, and all the guides on official Discord, and I don't think it's possible, to be honest with you, as a free to play or low spender again. So you get all the rewards. And why do you want to get middle even for a second and try to get it is if you look at is it in the overview? Yeah. So you get that amount of Orichalcom for your ranking in the middle. In that game, there was 2 people in the middle only. So if you are rank 3, even if you hold it for a second in the middle, you get 60k. So that could be, the difference between place, 2 or 1 or 5 or 2 or something like that, give you a lot more reward. So I don't try it on my farm because it's too weak, but on my main account that's a bit stronger. I try to time one march just after. I kind of try to see how people are fighting, and if I can time a march to arrive 1 second later than the fight, then I have a chance to take it for a second, for maybe 10 seconds, and to get that. So that's what it takes. So I've been using that strategy for 3 weeks. That I forgot. I think that was an AFK. I did not do Frostfire mine for a long time, right, on my farm. That's April 24. That I don't know what I've done. Probably done at the last minute or something. I'm starting to do it a bit more because I'm on the SVS focus states and I'm trying to help with my farm to make points, but that's what you can get with the chill strategy we just seen together. Again, nothing too crazy. Nothing too good as well, but it's not the point. Maybe I'll show you in comparison, but that's still the first video on the channel, so maybe good to go and watch. If you do... Hey Skura! Hey Maryse, how did it go for you? For me, it was not a perfect run. I made many mistakes, but it's my farm, I don't care. So if you look with a more active strategy for free to play, in terms of points, it should look more like that, right? Above the 400k, between 1 and 5, that's kind of what you can do as a low spender if you play well. I don't know how to do better than that. Hello Virginie. So it's kind of the end of the stream for me. We pushed SVS and we totally failed the planning today when we got it perfectly yesterday. So buildings are okay and research is not at all. So I've made very little points, but that's okay. That's my bad. I'll take questions if you have any before I go. Then I'll get some work done. The middle of the day, so. And the next stream is likely Saturday. If I can make it, I'll stream the Sunfire Castle battle. Maybe with a bit of a delay in case, the opponent is trying to watch the stream too, so they cannot counter our strategy live, but that's about it. We're going to Fire Crystal 8. I will be able to do 2 camps on Friday, so I'll have Lancers and Infantry for the battle. Yeah, it's tough, Skura. It's tough as free to play. Not really easy to do. Even for me, I spend a bit, but it's like the... people know how to play the game. Like I said, for the first 6 months, I used to be first 80% of the time in Frostfire mine. And the rest I was second, basically. And then after 6-8 months, then I started to be, a bit more often second, then, few times below top 2, Yeah, and then now it's like top 5, but it's not that easy to be top 5 because people know how to play. After a year and a half, you know, before it was really rare the amount of people that know how to play the game well. Now it's kind of everybody knows at that point. All because of people on YouTube like me that telling people what to do and how to do it well. You know, if nobody are sharing tactics, then it's a lot easier to to rank if people don't know how to play. I basically make my life harder every time I share a strategy, you know. Even for Crazy Joe, like things I shared with the Alliance, like I'm happy to do it, don't get me wrong, but sometimes I'm like, I'm shooting myself in the foot. And I get why some people are selfish and, you know, they rank well and they don't say. It's because when you found something that works, you know, it could really help you to get more rewards, basically. Hey, Saturo. That could be better, 75. That could be better, but it's not. Yeah, again, like between either you're above top 5 and you have a lot better rewards, or you are top 100 and you don't give a, you know, you don't give a shit. To be honest with you, like, you know, it could be frustrating to see that you are not ranking better, and you know, I have guides about the video. I've the strategy I played today that's kind of allowing you to rank, like I said, chill gameplay, no stress. I've been using it for the last 3 weeks, so before it was other strategies and other things. I was AFK, not playing. But that the strategy that I showed today and the video I've made, like the chill Frostfire mine strategy, the top 3, that you make 300k points, or it shall come, you rank top 10, I mean top 20, top 50, you get rewards. The other strategy I use on my main will be that one that I used to practice. I practiced a bit on my farm back in the day, so you know it works well as well with a free-to-play account. That's the first video ever on the channel. So if you look at the first Firemine strategy and the first video on the channel, that this one that allow you to rank first, or top 5 now. But if you look at rewards again, like top 20 you get 30 and 24, top 50 you get 28 and 21, so that's -2, -3, you lose 500 gems, and top 100, you know, it's you lose 4 and you lose 2, so it's 6 and 5 plus, you know, half the gem. Like you won't feel the difference. It's a question of, you know, are you a competitive gamer or not? Do you want to try to play the best you can? Do you want to get, you know, as much reward as you want? Then you might care to go up a bit, right? But if not, you know, really don't stress too much about it. It doesn't really make a difference, to be honest. It does not really make a difference. The only real difference for me is like, see, even top 4, 5, like it's 10, 12 less, 9 less. For me, it's really the difference between top 3. Like it's really having a chance to get to top 3. And you have no guarantee to be top 3 if you're a free-to-play low spender, especially if you don't have 6 March as well. If you're like, the ranking I give and the point I give is assuming you have 6 March. If you have 5 Marches, it's even worse. It's even harder, so don't stress too much. Do your 150k points to get these, to get all the free rewards. Get in the top 100, but you know, even 200 is not that bad, right? So, and you will be good. You will be golden. I can scoot you, yes. I know where you live. You know, the scary thing people say. It's like, I know where you live. But just because we are neighbors, you know. You get some resources, you know, you could, we could, someone could take that of you if you need to. Yeah, definitely, like, again, that's the first video on the channel about the strategy. Like, for me, I'll show you, right? My main account in this one, right? So I have a lot of troops because my city is a bit older than everyone in the state by 3 months. But if you look around, like, you know, I'm Fire Crystal 7, people are Fire Crystal 8, I will be Fire Crystal 8 and 2 troops Fire Crystal 8 at the end of the month, at the end of the week, sorry. I'm spending, you know, maybe 50, 80 euro per month on the game for over a year and a half now. So I'm not a big spender. I'm not I don't know if you consider that low or medium spender. It's really up to you. But I'm not free to play. I'm not a whale. My city is, because I'm coming from 665 and we are on 848, so my city is 85 days older than everybody around, and I still stay in the level 1 area. I still stand on the level 1 area and I farm patrols. So that's the first video ever on the channel that I recorded on my phone, so you can hear the tap tap on my screen. You can hear my finger tapping everywhere. But I stay in the level 1 area, I do patrols, I kill patrols all the time. Every minute I'm getting a mine because of the talent that, you know, if you look at the talent, do we see the talents? You know that level 3 talents on the left, that's giving you 5k for you occupying a vein, so I do that every minute. I kill patrols, so these are actually not the way skills are looking right now. And I do volcanoes as well, and if you optimize that very well, and I show it in the video, then you can do that basically. Let me just send one more troop together. I'll send 2 actually. It seems that we are winning prep phase, but I'll optimize gathering on my farm a lot. I just need to apply to the Farm Alliance, which I've done, so that's okay. So let's go here. So if you have 5 March, you won't be able to do that much points, right? But that's how it looks with the, again, first video on the channel. That the amount of points you can aim to do, so 400k, 450 on good runs, regular top 5, regular top 1, top 5 nearly every time. This one, again, I picked the wrong skill and I did not realize, I was not paying attention, so that's me not using the level 3 skill properly. I chose the wrong one, so I shoot it on the right instead of the left. So it's, you get 5k, or it shall come when you fail to occupy a mine instead of successfully occupying a mine, and I did not realize, so that's kind of a mistake on my side. But you see, I rarely make below 400k points, and you never see me below top 5 when I play seriously, and I don't make a mistake with my talents. And that's like that forever, basically. Yeah, I'm not sure when to use it, to be honest. I mean, you can keep it. You can keep it for a day. We really need it in SVS, but you see, like, you know, unless they really go strong tomorrow, like, that should be one, to be honest. Let's see. You never know. You never know in SVS. All they need to have is 2 whales who have been buying, you know, that kind of pack. Oh, it's not available right now. There is the training packs, right? You can buy here sometimes. And you should have one here as well. And if you have 1 or 2 whales buying training speed ups for troops, they can make so much points on Thursday, then, you know, then you can lose. But otherwise, you know, we won't lose that prep phase, to be honest with you. It seems very unlikely. I don't want to be pretentious, but it seems unlikely. We'll see. And we will. So if you see them ahead tomorrow, maybe Skura is a good day to push. For me, I think I'll use 1100 cans tomorrow. I don't think I want to stream that because it's gonna take a long time and it's gonna be boring. So I might put auto hunt when I'll sleep while I'm sleeping with Gina. So it's gonna burn 200-300 cans effectively. Then I'll do Polar Terrors a lot. So that's why SVS is now it's very predictable for us. You know, you kind of get a feel of day 3. You get a very good feel. Like we got a very good feel already. The only issue right now is like if you look at their castle, it still said that they are using their research on Friday. So, but they are making a lot of points. And I don't have an account on their state, so I cannot check. But they are making a lot of points today for a state that made not that many yesterday compared to us, and that are not using a title today. So that's, you know, so I'm wondering if they are not using the title today. But you see, if you look at the ranking, like, they might not do, yeah, they might still use it Friday because there is nobody pushing T11 or pushing a lot of power from their state, to be honest. Like, these guys are low, and you see, like, the top leaderboard is really only us, so yeah, it might just be gathering, it might just be spinning the wheel. That's why there is and because research is not giving a lot of points, so the small difference might be just that, so we need to be careful with, if we are ahead tomorrow, we need to be careful with training, and because they will do more points on Friday than we will, so yeah, so we need to kind of just be mindful of that. But for me, I'll go all in. I'll burn everything I have, like there is no tomorrow, and that will be my strategy for this time, and hope to be first. Really hope to be first. If I'm first or second, it's okay. If I'm third, it's like, it really sucks for my strategy. For the way, you know, I'm kind of planning to play the game and to spend on heroes, and not money, but my currencies, right? Because if I manage to get first, I can get 4 stars from being first, and then I'll get the last one from Battle Day, easily. So that means I have a max hero next week from Gen 6, more or less. And then every other shard I ever win in King of Icefield, SVS, Battle Day, they will go into Tundra Training Station. And that will be a lot of things to do. Yeah, there will be a lot of things to trade for. I'm very curious about the battle with them, though, because they have yeah, I did not save the report, but they have a player that is a lot stronger than us, so that's really the battle. We are working on the battle plan, so I'm not gonna talk about it on stream just in case they watch. But we're working on the battle plan. We are trying to find a way to counter, you know, them, and it's not like there are many options, right? In this game, you don't have a million options, but you still have a choice of heroes, troop ratios, you know, when to use pets, who is using pets when, you know, how many rallies do you do, how many counter rally do you do. So there are still things you can do that really help with strategy that give you a chance to win. But you know, it's like Labyrinth, right? Labyrinth, you can you can change your formation, you can play with percentage, you can move things around, but if the enemy is too strong, if the monsters are too strong, you cannot win at some point. You have a big room of maneuver, and you can get, you know, 10 more levels if you play well, if you optimize. See, like for me, it's a 60-10-30 here. 60-10-30, that's 40-20-40. 40-20-40, and that's allowing me to do 10-15 more level than if I do another strategy. But then at some point, you know, I'm not strong enough, and that's just the way it is. So finger crossed for us. We have a good plan, we have good people. So hopefully we can give them. The idea for us is to give the second alliance stars now. So we got our 5-star of SVS, so you can look at, that's our alliance, and now we want these guys to get 5-star as well, because they help us getting our 5-star. So as we think as a state, then, we just help each other. That's just the way it is. So tomorrow, let me think. What do I do this week for content for you guys? Again, like, not to sound dramatic, but I kind of have my dad that's very old and between life and death. So if you don't see videos, I'm just with family. It's not a surprise. We knew it for a long time. So, but it's just life. So tomorrow, Beast. I'm probably not gonna stream tomorrow. I'll do pets. I'll try to record maybe pets. Charms are already done. So something to consider, and you will have a lot of time to do that, and I'll show you. I will make a video about it, but because there are a few of you watching. With your chief gear, and that's something you have to plan now, and that will unlock possibilities for you in months. In your chief gear, if you look at it, you see that this one is tier 2, 3 stars. And if you look at my charms, you see that this one is level 9 and the rest is level 6 or 5 or 4. So what happens, right? If you go to gear enhancement, and when you are tier 2, 3 stars on the golden, you get exchange. So that's, you can exchange everything. You can exchange alloy for designs or for polishing solution, or you can exchange polishing solutions versus designs or alloy. So basically, at the beginning, you are totally stuck with designs, with plans, with designs plans, actually, both of them, design plans. That's the one you are missing a lot. So what you can do, and I'm starting to do that on my farm, and so you put all of them, for example, purple. Let me show you. I'll do that this SVS, but I'm not sure. If we win, I won't do it. I'll keep it for next one. So, but if we win, so you see, like, these are T1. These are not even T1. They are 1 or 2 stars. So, sometimes I need to finish an event to make points. So I'm just doing one upgrade, right? But otherwise, I'm focusing on one piece, which you want likely to be infantry, because that's the one that is give you the most benefit. And you want to keep increasing the same piece. And you see, when you start to be orange, like a mythic, it requires a lot less design compared to these. So this is 70, and it's 100 at some point, and this is 40. So then I'll reach to, because here I don't have the exchange at the top right corner here. So I'll go to T2, 3 stars, I'll unlock the exchange, and then I'll exchange a lot of my, you see how much alloy and polishing solution, and you're likely in the same situation. And for me, sometimes I didn't do Crazy Joe on this account. I did not play it. I don't do really event on this account. I just using Frostfire Man to do a stream with you guys, but I usually don't. Otherwise it's too much of my time in this game, basically. Already spent enough time, so I don't do events. So you might even have more. So I'll be able to, and that's a weekly exchange. So you can exchange weekly as much as you can polishing solution and as much as you can harden the alloy, so you can improve all your gear, and then you can kind of catch up and have a balance resources for that. So that's really important. So you want to improve one piece of gear, and you want to start off thinking about that now. My suggestion will be to put everything purple first, but you don't have to. You can keep it blue and start to do that as well. That's an option. And for charms, and then I'll go after that. For charms, they've added a conversion as well, but it's available when you have a level 11 charm in generation 7. So for us, even if I had a level 11 charm, it would not be available yet. It's available. It's because when you are generation 7, I believe, right, you need to be generation 7 for the exchange. Is you start to have charms from 12 to 16, which is a new release from the last updates. I mean, it was in January or February, something like that. So you want to rush as well. Before Gen 7, you want to have a charm level 11. So for me, I want generation 7 is 2 months and a half away. I just want to make sure I got one. So I've been pushing my charm, this SVS, and focusing on only one charm, basically. I'll just do one other at the end of the week for points. But so you want to get a charm level 11 at some point, and you want to get a piece of gear level T2 and 3 stars. So you unlock the exchanges, and you can progress the rest of your gear, because for charm the issue is, as you can see, you have far too many guides compared to designs. So you will want to trade some guides for designs, so you can progress a bit faster. And if you start to look at level 9, I mean level 10 and 11, you start to need as much, right? So you don't want to, but that, as a free-to-play, you'll never get there. if you play the game 2 years. I'm playing for a year and a half. I don't spend money on charms. I'm free-to-play on charms. So that's where you can get. But I rank in Frostfire Mine, and I rank in Sunfire Castle Battle. And you get a lot of... Do you see it? Right? If you look at Castle Battle, I rank top 10 or first regularly here, and you get charm rewards. So if you don't rank here a lot, and you don't rank in Frostfire Mine, you will be less. You won't be as advanced after a year and a half or 2 years. So it's, charms level 11 is not for us, but that's how you can, by rushing one, and same for your gear, you can have an upgrade. So I'll make a video later about that. I think it's really important for people to know, because you need to plan that. Like, it takes a few months, That's to go from 6 to 9, it nearly took me 3 months. So to go to 9 to 11 probably take me another 2 months. So, if you don't anticipate it, you're never gonna get there in time. So that's why, I make videos as well. I think that's it, guys. Thank you very much for watching. We had 112 viewers today, so for me it's a lot, I have to say. I used to be, I've been streaming making videos for 2 months, I guess, not even 2 months. So it's a very new channel. I appreciate you being there, for either teammates, alliance mates, or people I start to know, Maris and others that go in the comment often. So thank you very much, guys. It was a pleasure, and I'll see you tomorrow for a video, and likely the rest of the week as well, with a stream on Saturday if I'm home. Take care, guys. Thank you, Satoru. Yeah, it's family health issues right now. It's part of life. It's just the way it is. So it's okay at the end of the day. Not necessarily the best moments. So thank you.